that this event gives you so many easy ways to get something. There are a bunch of... Okay, let's talk about the brand new gym event. Now, this is a clan, and I'm gonna say this very loosely. This is a clan dedicated event. Why? Well, for starters, the event is primarily surrounded by gaining the most muscle in a race. You cannot get any progress unless you have the gym dragon, or better yet, even if I would even say this, is a rainbow shiny gym corgi. But the problem primarily with this entire thing is you can't trade or sell the dragon at all. And I understand completely why they did this time around. The previous clan battles that we had, everybody was passing around the best pets, everybody was farming Titanics, and it was pretty insane. Everybody was upset about that, so the response that Big Games has is, okay, well, if you want to go ahead and get the best pet, you could either choose the following: hatch it yourself or get it through the gym egg, which is completely understandable on all sides around. People ruined it for everybody else, so we're kind of stuck here trying to hatch. To get even remotely a good chance to get the most races done in like a lap or whatever, and to be on the leaderboard, is you do need to spend an arm and a leg in order to get the best pet, which is tradable, which is this little guy right here. Now, I would do this, but the problem is I am pretty much poor, and I'm here selling my Titanic, which I don't really care too much about all that much. I hatched it randomly, and I'm selling it now because I chose poor decision making for my last methods for the tower defense. I ended up buying this, and I ended up buying a helicopter cat, which set me back around, I want to say maybe 8 billion gems. Right now, we're looking at the leaderboard for just being able to go as far as possible, which is the most muscle gained. 89 million, and that's a lot. You're not going to be able to get any of this unless you have the top tier pets. So of course, if you're going to be actually doing this event clearly for a clan, and you guys are wondering why it's not going up, you do need to have this little dragon, or better yet, maybe somewhere near it would be the rainbow shiny corgi. But here are some things that I can go ahead and explain, because I did notice some spikes in certain items that went up and do not affect this whole hatching process. Okay, so number one, if you're going out into the trading plaza, glitch drives do not work. If you're going out into the plaza and you're buying cocktails, stuff like that, they do not work. And I have tested this. I have gone into the event, I've used both, and it's been about 2 days now. If I were to leave the event section and go into a random area in World 4, you're gonna notice that those apply and they're still there. So we're gonna go ahead and leave, and we're gonna go ahead and view the boosts that I currently have. So I have 1 minute and 36 seconds of the glitch drive, and around a little under 2 hours of the cocktail too. These have been applied since Sunday, so they do not work. So we're gonna go ahead and go back into the event, and you're going to notice that the bottom left corner of your screen, you're not gonna have any boosts applied. I guess another good indicator to see if some stuff actually does work is if you're noticing the stuff up here. Obviously, these things do apply and they do work. Now, the one thing that I did notice that I kind of do question is if the rainbow eggs do work. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the lucky tier eggs, and that was removed, but they have not applied this book in here, and I'm wondering if it's just a visual bug or if maybe it doesn't apply to this. I'm not 100% sure, but I do know that the super shiny hunter thing does work, just not this. If I were to hatch a egg, I do notice that, you know, obviously I get a good amount of rainbow pets, and that could just be a culmination of the book and honestly my game pass that I currently have. So these are always things that you guys should pay attention to before you go out into the plaza. Make sure you test 1 or 2 things if you so happen to have these. I know it's super duper expensive to go ahead and just go buy 1 glitch drive for 5 minutes, and honestly, I would only reserve these when you do absolutely need them. To be honest, sometimes some events don't apply this little thing here, and they do effectively work in World 4 if you're trying to get the best stat pet there for like the time trials, stuff like that, it will work. Likewise goes for the cocktail too. If you are trying to see if something does work and it does apply to an event, I would say really suggest to use just the regular cocktail, just so you could get an idea of things working or not working. But the good news is, if you're not a part of a clan, you don't necessarily need to worry too much about like this whole thing here. If you're trying to get a bunch of huges or even better yet, gift bags. This is a great way to just kind of farm and go AFK. You don't have to worry about anything else. And to be quite honest, if you are a pay-to-win winner, if you're a pay-to-win... you're a paid-to-win player, you can honestly just go ahead and get the maximum amount of coins and hope that you're able to get a ton of gym corgis and just sell those off. I've been actually doing that. I crashed out a little bit and I went to go sell some of my pets. I've made some pretty good gems off of it so far, and accumulating all of this over time is probably honestly our best bet at this point, especially if you're struggling to get absolutely anywhere during this event. So I have my gym settings set at 4 for criticals, stamina at 27, and 69 for the strength. Now, the stamina allows you to basically use less of your power bar up here while being able to just get some criticals going in. Is it important? Probably and probably not. I'm not sure. But we are going to go ahead and do auto and just kind of chill here for a little bit. So with the current pens that I currently have right now, I honestly should not even remotely make it past like lap 5. I'll be real with you. If I had my huge gym corgis and a few other pets, like my rainbow gym corgis, then sure, I would make it a little beyond round 10. But after that, I sold them and I don't really care about it all that much anymore. I could actually just chill here. Okay, so I went past lap 5. I made it to almost 8. And this is being carried by the gym settings for the critical amount. This is important if you're trying to make it super duper far and you really care about that kind of stuff, but because we're not doing the clan section anymore, I don't really care about it. Just chilling here, getting the gift bag points or even the huge points, it does really matter because you do need them. Now, for those that are kind of wondering if you're leaving and you're coming back to your points being reset, you guys have to remember, this is also dedicated on RNG. So think of the basketball event, the Yeet a Pet event. It's going to happen randomly. I think the higher points that you get, the more likely you're going to fail. So think of it like that. So what I am going to go ahead and do is you are going to notice that there is one gift bag here. I'm going to go ahead and open it up. I'm going to leave this run for like maybe 20-30 minutes, and I'm going to end up coming back so you guys can basically see how much stuff I'm able to garner within that time period to get an idea of what you guys think and what you should do. is a big forewarning though. If you end up failing for whatever reason, if your avatar is a certain way or if it's just in general, you might fall out of the map. So make sure you check every once in a while just in case if this happens so you can spawn right back in. I'm stick baby. Anyways, 35 minutes have passed officially, so I am going to go ahead and see how many things I was able to get within that time period. I have 4 gym gift bags. Now, obviously, this isn't ideal for everybody, but 30 minutes, obviously this is, acceptable. I've only been here for a small amount of time, so of course, we're not going to get a lot of things during this time period. As far as pets go, I didn't get any huges, but you guys were able to see all the points accumulate all over again. Now, to be quite honest, if you're not able to get the huge pet, which is, apparently really easy for other people to do, I was able to get 2 to 3 of these within the first day of the update, so Saturday. Ever since then, I haven't really been focusing trying to get the huge pet. I have been trying to focus on getting the egg over there with no avail. So you know what? I'm gonna be quite honest. You have the following to do during this event. You can choose to go ahead and try to farm getting a ton of corgis and sell those off, which do end up selling pretty well and very quickly. Or you could farm for gift bags and they might sell or open them. Or better yet, you could go ahead and try to farm a ton of huge pets to go ahead and sell. Now, of course, if you are a free-to-play player, getting the pets out of the egg itself over there are going to be so much more harder than you think. During the entire weekend, all the way up to Tuesday, this is all I was able to get. Now, of course, this is without me showing what I was able to sell during this time, which we will go ahead and do right after this. So these are the things I was able to sell within the past 1 hour. So I sold 1 gem corgi for about, I want to say this was around 19 million gems. The rainbow ones are obviously very, very, very expensive, but if you're able to hatch it right off the bat, then that's obviously a really good thing because that's just free gems. Now, you can only get the huge through the egg itself, so you cannot get this through the little sun egg, like the little gem egg, so you would have to actually get a ton of those eggs and hope you might get the huge. As you can tell, people do have an abundant amount of these little gift bags here, but you know what? I'll be real. I find it to be more beneficial to basically hatch a ton of these pets and just pretty much sell them off. Now, everybody works a little different. You might find the farm and the little race to be a little bit better for you. For me, it's a bit of a mix of both. If I end up going over to the gym section and grinding a ton of coins to go ahead and hatch, then I might get lucky, but then I have to turn around and hatch the little dragon. If I don't get the little dragon, then I have to go back and get more coins and I get more gift bags that way. So it works either way. But for those that are wondering, I wouldn't even worry about the clan stuff. Not unless you're in like the super duper top 100 clan where you have to have like the super best things, otherwise you're gonna get yeeted, stuff like that. I wouldn't even worry about it all that much. And at this point, I think it even said it had 2 days left. So think of it as this, even on top of all of this that's currently happening right now, if you're strapped on gems and you're trying to figure out how to make more gems, you have literally a day, today and tomorrow, pretty much, to try to get a ton of pets to go ahead and sell. I always tell this, and even to my clan sometimes, is the battle won is when you are making the most gems and you're able to walk around with a ton of gems versus a victory over a clan battle, if that makes sense. If you're able to benefit that way, I would say that's more of a win than anything else. Remember, you only have a certain amount of time before clans don't even care about any of these pets, and then there is no demand. By this Saturday, we obviously will not have a clan battle because that's how it usually works. We have a clan battle, there is like a little period break, and then a new clan battle starts. So this Saturday, we're probably not going to have that big of a high demand for certain things, especially the little dragon. So make sure you get everything that you quite possibly can and sell it off immediately and try to focus on something else within the game. And that's pretty much all the advice I could really give everybody here. I know it's not something that is pretty much what everybody wants to hear, where you can get a ton of huges, where you can get a ton of things, you could do all this stuff, but you can. If you're able to get any of these things here, obviously this is king. This could buy you 2 huges. This could buy you like literally 3 huges, depending on which ones you're buying. This can buy you anything you probably need in the game. It's always good to take advantage of what is currently popular, and this is definitely currently popular right now. So make sure you guys get every single thing that you can in this event that is really good and sell it off immediately. And that's pretty much it.
Okay, bye.